Yeah.
Yeah. So the elevator pitch. I mean, we talked about like just being natural in our conversations and just living out God's mission in our lives, in our everyday dealings, right? What's your 5-minute elevator pitch, though?
Yeah, complete stranger, and you want to bring them the charisma, the gospel. Well, you're the pro at it, so teach us.
I don't know if I'm the pro. First thing I do is say, can I have 10 minutes?
And then go longer.
Can we go up and down on the elevator one more time? So, I don't know if it's an elevator pitch, but the way I would put it would be something like this. I'm increasingly convinced that, especially in the culture we're living in right now, we have to ask for permission to just share with someone like how I see the world.
Yeah.
So as a priest anyway, this is how I would do it. But you might, in all of our states of life and vocations, I think there's an opportunity for this. So you're talking about real life stuff and something comes up. So somebody might say something, and I would encourage people to be on the lookout for when they say something. Before you respond, can you just ask them, can I tell you how I see reality? So now I'm asking permission.
Okay.
And the reason for that is just to say, because if I don't share that with you, what I'm about to say about whatever the topic is, sports or the economy or farming or whatever it might be, it's not going to make any sense. And so if they say no, well, then we're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
If they say yes, now I know we have permission to enter into a dialogue. And very quickly, you can do this. I think you can do this in 5 minutes, so we'll try it. And you can do it in 9 hours. I say to people, it's really 4 questions. Why is there something rather than nothing? Why is everything so messed up? What, if anything, has God done about it? And if he's done anything about it, how should I respond?
Boom.
And then we just start breaking open the questions. So why is there something rather than nothing? Here's the 5-minute version of all 4 questions. Because God, simply out of love, brought everything into being, and everything is 46 billion light years across, just so you have a frame of perspective. So it's 46 billion times 5.88 trillion miles across, right? There are 70 sextillion stars in the universe, right? So that's why there's something rather than nothing, and that's a huge question. Like, why do you exist? Why are there pandas? Why are there galaxies? Why is there anything? And in this creation that God has made out of love, the creature that he most loves is you, not you, the human race, just you, Tony, Joe, Chris, John. Well, that sounds great. If that was the end of the story, you probably wouldn't be raising the question that you raised to me about whatever it is you want to talk about. So why in the world is everything so obviously screwed up? Like, what happened? If God's love and he's power and he loves me so much, why is my life a mess? Or why did my parents divorce? Or why did I get abused or whatever? And the biblical answer to that is because one of the creatures that God made, who was good, out of envy of you, because of the plan that God has for you to be infinitely happy, he found that so revolting and offensive that he rebels against God and he goes to war against the creature that God loves the most. That's you. And this creature at the very beginning of our race, he tricked our first parents into selling us into slavery. Now that sounds kind of bold, I don't think I believe that. Slavery to what? To 2 things, especially sin and death. And I think they're very easy to prove. Sin especially is very easy to prove. You just ask somebody, like, don't nod your head, don't raise your hand, but have you ever done anything that you didn't want to do, that you knew you shouldn't do, that you hated doing, and you did anyway?
Oh, wow.
And almost everybody goes, yeah. You ever wondered why? Because we're slaves to sin, sin to power. And then death is obviously easy to prove because everybody's going to die. We all know it, right? So that's the second question. Third question. So we're like 3 minutes, right? Third question. What, if anything, has God done about this? Well, God is so passionately in love with you that out of love for you, he became a man so as to go to war against that creature, so as to rescue you.
That's an awesome story.
So Jesus isn't just kind. He is kind.
Yeah.
He is compassionate. He is merciful. He is forgiving. he's also utterly unconquerable. And so God becomes a man. He hides himself as a man for the purpose of engaging this enemy in battle. Yes, to show me the Father's love. Yes, to make atonement for my sins. But to, in Jesus' words, to bind the strong man so that we can go free. And he does this in a most extraordinary way on the cross, where it looks like it's all happening to him. And to be clear, Jesus on the cross isn't play acting, but this is the one through whom a universe that's 46 billion light years across was made. You can't nail that God to a cross. There's only one way he can get on that cross. He has to want to be there. Why would he want to be there? He's there because he's on the cross, yes, showing me the Father's love, yes, making atonement for my sins, but he's tricking the one who first tricked us into bringing about his own destruction. That's what happens on the cross and in his resurrection. Fourth question. If that's true, if God's done all this for you, what's the reasonable, logical, rational response? Like, who could you possibly trust more than this? And isn't it to give him everything?
Man.
At which point the elevator doors open and we leave. Now, there's a ton of stuff in there, right? But you can do it that quickly.
Wow.
And if you'd ever like to talk more about it to me, give me a call. I mean, it's that simple.
Wow, I'm so glad we recorded this because I'm just going to play that over.
I need it.